Hi, welcome to your astrology forecast for October 23rd to October 29th, 2014. So, on October 23rd, the Sun moves into Scorpio, Venus moves into Scorpio, and the Moon moves into Scorpio all around the same time. So, when the Sun moves into Scorpio, this is going to help us to really shed light in our darkest aspects of our subconscious minds and really be able to dig deeper within ourselves, understand the darkest part of ourselves, and be able to transform that into something that will give us more of our own sense of power. And we can also look at how we might have been subconsciously abusing power or subconsciously projecting stuff onto others. So it's really a time for owning our own darkness and being able to look at it and transform it. And Venus moving into Scorpio is going to help us to bring our relationships into a very deeper state. And any subconscious stuff in our relationships are going to come up for us so that we can transform it. And ultimately, this is a very karmic time right now. So if there's any negative karma surrounding these things, then we're going to be facing that. And so it's going to really help us move our relationships into a deeper state, especially if we can be straightforward, honest about these darker aspects of our own selves. So the projections that you might have put on them are going to be subject to being reviewed so that you know where these projections are actually stemming from. And if it is stemming from yourself, then you're going to realize that. And if you can just be straightforward about those things, then that's actually going to be most beneficial for you and the relationship. So then the Moon moves into Scorpio. This helps us to uncover some of our deepest emotions and our deepest desires and what we most want for our own emotional well-being and comfort. And we may be transforming some darker aspects of our emotions as well. Any hidden emotions will be coming to light. And basically, all of these are going to be conjuncting. And when the moon is conjunct the sun, it's going to create a new moon partial solar eclipse, which means that it's really close to the North Node at 19 degrees of Libra, or maybe it's 18 now. I think it's 19, yeah. So these are all in like 0 degrees of Scorpio. So that's within 11 degrees, I think. Yeah, 11 degrees of the North Node. Anyways, so this is going to be creating that eclipse. So this is extremely karmic. So if you have been doing, like, maybe doing something sort of, negative or something that, isn't in line with the highest purpose or for the highest good of others, you're going to be facing that karma. And if you have been doing well, being in line with your highest purpose and for the highest good of all, then you're going to be able to make some serious changes or transformations or gains even for the better. It's a very strong boost of energy, and whether it's good or bad. So there's going to be like a need to perhaps change the way we've been doing things in order to get more in line with the highest good. And wherever Scorpio is in your chart, you're going to be feeling that in that area of your life. So if you know where Scorpio is in your chart, this will be, extremely beneficial to know. For me, Scorpio is in my 4th house, so I know that Some shifts when it comes to my home may occur. Perhaps I need to face the karma of whether I've been cleaning my house or not, or that sort of thing. That also is the deeper emotions and also surrounds family. So if you have like a Leo rising or if you have a Leo sun, then you know that it rules your fourth house. But yeah, it varies from each sign. Anyways, these are all conjuncting, and Neptune being in 5 degrees or 4 degrees, somewhere in there, being in 4 degrees of Pisces. This is a trining. All of these planets are trining Neptune in Pisces. And so this is going to be helping us to be way more in tune with the collective karma and our intuitions, and we'll be receiving messages about what needs to be changed in order to be more on path. These messages could be through your dreams or through any form of, whatever. If you come across something, on the internet or something, it could be very synchronistic, or synchronicities will occur, and there may be some symbolism that comes up for you, and there's a sense of unity as well that will happen. Your senses, your psychic senses, will be extremely high alert at this time. So being able to feel the emotions of others, and we're going to be feeling this at the collective level, all of this stuff coming up for us, these transformative energies, and just a feeling of really getting back on course for the collective changes that are occurring in our world. So it's pretty wild. Okay, on October 24th, Venus conjuncts the Sun in Scorpio exactly. And basically on this day, we're going to be really feeling those transformations that have occurred in ourselves as well as in our relationships. And, we're going to either be dealing with the negative things that were brought up and having to smooth those things over, or we will just be feeling a lot closer and in a lot more deeper way with our the people in our lives, relationships, whether they're romantic or even just any relationships that you have, but especially romantic. All right, October 25th, the moon conjuncts Saturn in Scorpio. So, talking about karma, huh? Anyways, this is going to make us feel like maybe a sense of responsibility when it comes to owning our own emotional feelings and subconscious things coming up for us. And Saturn also really helps us to look at what structures in our lives need to really change. Perhaps we're feeling a bit limited or stagnant or stuck, and this moon conjunct Saturn is going to help us to realize what we can do for ourselves to feel less stuck, and to be able to perhaps put a plan in motion, a structure, if you will, form a new structure, transform this whole thing, and create something new out of it, and then start moving into that direction. So there may be both a sense of freedom, but also a sense of responsibility in that, knowing that we need to move forward with these things. And there may be sort of a sense of pressure when it comes to that. And then Mercury opposes Uranus in Aries and squares Pluto in Capricorn, creating a T-square, and this is within 5 degrees. So Mercury is going to be at 16 degrees, Uranus is in 13 degrees of Aries, and Pluto is at 11 degrees Capricorn, so it's not exact or anything. Oh yeah, Mercury in Libra, by the way. So this is creating a T-square. This is bringing up situations where we feel like maybe we want to break free in some way and really feel like we don't want any expectations upon us. We want to be free of anybody's expectations. Mercury is helping us to communicate easier in our relationships, and it actually turns direct on that day. So when it just turns direct, you do want to still watch how you say things, and perhaps things that were left unsaid during the retrograde period might come up for you. Just be as tactful as you can about whatever those things are. And basically, it'll help us to say whatever's on our mind when it comes to our relationships. Libra, of course, is very diplomatic and harmonious and tends to avoid confrontation at all costs. And so, making sure to be as straightforward as possible, not withholding information, but as tactful as possible in that as well. And then Pluto and Capricorn is over there, bringing up all the tensions and subconscious stuff when it comes to our careers and also, the systems in our world, stirring up that whole stuff. So, it could create some arguments in terms of, perhaps there's stuff going on under the surface for you in your career and you're not really communicating that to your partner. So communicating that would actually help to relieve your own stress as well as for the stress of the relationship. It'll help relieve that stress because then they'll know what's going on. And then the Uranus thing going on will make you want to feel like breaking free from that situation, whatever that situation is for you, in terms of, it could apply to your career or wherever Capricorn is in your chart. So yeah, you're gonna probably want to be independent and free of that situation. So that creates some tensions in terms of if that's something that you are supposed to be doing or whatever. The responsibilities that you have may be getting in the way of that freedom. And so basically, trying to communicate these things in the best way possible will probably help to relieve some of those tensions, bringing all that subconscious stuff into the conscious mind and conscious awareness. All right. And then the moon moves into Sagittarius. So this is good. I mean, I feel like that helps lighten things up. We can really expand our minds, expand our emotional states, have very philosophical and emotional conversations, and in the good way, like you can really expand how you're feeling through philosophical ways. You can look at your emotions in a more philosophical way, at a more broader viewpoint. And you may even be thinking of ways that you can broaden your horizons and, creating ways to help yourself feel more expanded in your life, in your world. You may want to have an adventure or, do something like learn something new, or perhaps even learn a new language or go see another place or whatever it is, you may feel inclined to do something like that, or, maybe even just look some of this stuff up on the internet. You'll be having that wanderlustful feeling that day. And then October 26th, Mars moves into Capricorn. This is really good for moving forward with long-term goals and setting, plans in motion, especially through a system and doing it in the most systematic way possible. Mars may make you feel a bit impatient about it, and it's interesting because Capricorn is an earth sign, so it's kind of more slow moving. So Capricorn really wants you to do things in that slow, systematic way, but Mars is like, let's get it done. So this can be good if you temper that urge to be impatient or impulsive about it. But if you become too impatient or impulsive, then it could kind of thwart some of those plans that you've set up for yourself, because you just are, charging forth intensely. So it's both good and bad. It really gives us a burst of energy in moving towards those career goals that we might have, or responsibilities can be taken care of more. If you don't take care of those things, then you might actually have your temper come out of control, or feel the pressure building. So exercising is a good idea, as well as just doing things every day systematically, especially during this time. So October 27th, the moon in Sagittarius trines Uranus in Aries and Jupiter in Leo, creating a grand trine, and this is within 6 degrees. I don't remember the exact degrees of these, but basically, I think Jupiter in 19 and Uranus in like 13. I think I was right. All right, so this is bringing up that grand trine going on. So Uranus is really giving us some major insights into ourselves, and also helping us to realize ways in which we can create more freedom in our lives. Jupiter in Leo is helping us to really expand our horizons and be able to express ourselves a lot easier, and maybe even we're getting a little exaggerative in the way we express ourselves. But Jupiter is great because it will make you feel a lot more joyful, especially being in Leo. So having fun is a lot easier right now, and it's easier to really express who you are. And the moon in Sagittarius is really helping you to feel those expansive energies, and helping you to have that broader viewpoint. And then Uranus also helps you have a very objective viewpoint and be able to look at things from a detached point of view. So we can look at all those things, our emotions, our creativity, and where we're really going and who we really are, in a very objective way. This is actually really great for self-awareness as well as self-expression, and figuring out how we can express ourselves in the world in a creative fashion. So it's good. It's good stuff. All right. And then Venus in Scorpio trines Neptune in Pisces. Now, this is also really great for creativity. It's going to be coming from a deeper place, the creativity in this situation. So Venus is great for love, obviously, and it being in Scorpio may make your love more intense, and perhaps even there may be some possessiveness or stuff like that coming up for you in your relationships. But it does help you to transform those darker aspects of who you are, especially when it comes to our relationships. And then trining Neptune and Pisces, it's like our intuition's so on board, and we can even feel a collective sense of loving feelings, and we can really sense what's going on with other people at this time. And then it's also great for writing songs, because we can really tune into that kind of realm, the musical and symbolic realm, and it's great for writing poetry for that same reason. And anything that you create on this day will be highly transformative, and from that intuitive and really spiritual place. And love will be on a very spiritual level as well. Okay, on October 28th, the Sun in Scorpio trines Neptune and Pisces exactly, which I did touch on with all these things, but I'll just do them individually as well. All right, so when the Sun in Scorpio trines Neptune and Pisces, we may kind of get lost in other people's feelings, in other people, or like in a group setting. And so we want to try to maintain our own sense of self at this time, because the sun, of course, is our personalities, and Neptune is like dissolving of that. So there could be a dissolving and transformation of our own sense of self and our sense of who we are, and maybe even ego identifications could be falling away at this time, which can be both good and bad. So as long as you maintain your own, you know, knowing who you are factor, knowing, what it is you stand for and who you are, don't get too lost in that stuff. But it is going to help your intuition be extremely strong, and you may, as long as you can go within yourself on this day, you can really find out where it is that you need to change things and what you can do in the world or whatever, what your, purpose is. The sun can kind of be our purpose, like in this life, So, anyway, the moon moves into Capricorn. So, this actually is going to help us in getting things done. We may feel a bit more serious on this day, and we're going to want to take care of our responsibilities, and things may move in a very slow, steady fashion, and we can systematically take care of things, and our careers will be better because we can focus on them better. Our sense of focus will be heightened, which is good. And so, yeah, it's good. All right, then the moon conjuncts Mars in Capricorn. So, yeah, we're going to be maybe feeling a bit more, energized when it comes to that area. We can use this great energy to focus on a long-term goal and get things going, get things started in that area, and really work towards that. And if you're feeling like maybe overly energetic, or you, haven't worked towards something, make sure to exercise, but also work towards whatever it is that you want to work towards, because that's what this is about. But if you don't do that, then you're going to maybe have some temper issues or just frustration kind of come up. So you definitely want to utilize energy rather than not do that. All right, and then the moon conjuncts Pluto in Capricorn. This actually is going to help us to become more aware of what needs to change when it comes to our careers or things that we're working towards. And we are going to really be feeling those things that need to change. So we're kind of like getting our emotions on board with that and feeling that out and thinking about what we can do about that, and getting more serious about that. And we may even be able to do something to change that situation, whatever situation that is for you, that is unconsciously creating difficulties, or I would even say fears, or so maybe we're holding on to something out of fear. Could even be that it's just some sense of responsibility weighing on you. Anything like that can really be transformed at this time. So that is a good thing. All right. On October 29th, the moon in Capricorn squares Mercury in Libra, and which is opposing Uranus and Aries, creating a T-square. So we kind of talked about the other T-square with Pluto in Capricorn. This time it's with the moon in Capricorn, so it's actually closer. So Mercury in Libra opposing Uranus and Aries is really having us to be radically truthful and communicative in our relationships. That will help to give us a sense of freedom, and also a sense of being true to ourselves, as well as good for the relationship. Of course, you may shock the other person, considering Uranus can be unexpected about things. But the moon in Capricorn coming along and squaring these two things, it's like there's some tensions, because you might feel like a need to take care of something, or get something done, or maybe you're having some fears come up for you, which can create the tensions there, and maybe it'll be harder for you to communicate how it is how you're feeling. So really being aware of how it is you're feeling and becoming more conscious of that and understanding why you're feeling these tensions can help you to perhaps communicate easier once you become aware of it yourself. So, yeah, hopefully you can be able to communicate what you need to communicate so that you can feel that sense of freedom within yourself. Okay. That sums up the reading for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and if you liked it, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. I'll be back soon. Have an awesome week.